What's up, Handyman Nation? Today I am breaking down the step-by-step to go from 0 clients to making $10,000 a month, and it's actually simpler than you think. Let's hop into it. First up, let's talk about services. Believe it or not all handyman jobs are created equal. Oftentimes people will reach out to us and they will ask us to do the most random jobs that there is, and the answer is sure, we could do that. We're handymen. Sure, we do that. But really, the key to creating a sustainable handyman business is actually niching down to a few projects at a time. Now, I do maybe 10 to 20 projects, and that's really all our business focuses on. For you, I would recommend narrowing it down to that, maybe even more. I know some guys that specialize in just door repair. The more you can specialize, the better. The fewer things that you have to have on your docket, the fewer tools you have to have on your truck. So probably some of the most profitable jobs that I would recommend for you would be things like light fixtures and ceiling fans, kitchen faucets and garbage disposals, TV mounting, furniture assembly, door repair, things like that. I actually have a video that I created quite a few years ago on the top 10 most profitable handyman jobs, and I'm gonna link that up here so you guys can check that out. Now, some people might be asking, why should I narrow down my focus? Won't I be making more money and getting more clients if I focus on a broader sense of the handyman world? Well, yeah, you'll definitely get more clients, but you're gonna be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. One day you're gonna be installing a ceiling fan, the next day you're gonna be adding on to someone's house. Those are two completely different skill sets, and the profitability of each of those particular jobs requires different assets to make that fully functional. And if you're thinking about a business that you can scale, you want to create something that is easy to duplicate so that you can hire an employee and actually have them do that work without you standing over them, micromanaging them every step of the way. So focusing on these smaller jobs is, for one, it's more profitable, but for two, it's easier to duplicate that job and to have someone else perform that for you. Now the question is, how do you actually find clients? This is something that's very interesting. People think that they need to invest thousands of dollars into marketing, and I want to be here and tell you that you do not need to do that just starting out. It's actually fairly easy to get a lot of clients for free when you're first starting out as a handyman. The number one thing that I would recommend you do is create a Google business profile. These are absolutely free to create on Google. Just do a search on the World Wide Web of Google business profile. It will walk you through creating a Google business profile for your business. These are absolutely phenomenal. For one, it gets your name out there on the map pack. So most people, when they look for a handyman, they type in handyman near, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Google My Business is what's going to populate when they search for that. And every time you do a job, you want to refer people back to your Google My Business to leave you a review. The more reviews you get, the more organically people are going to find you on Google My Business when they search for a handyman. The second thing that I'd recommend for you to do is to create a profile on Facebook. And this isn't so much for the profile itself, but it's really to get involved in local community groups. So say you live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, get involved in as many local Facebook community groups in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania as you can possibly get in. There's going to be thousands of people over the course of a month ask for, hey, does anyone know a handyman? I need a handyman to clean my gutters. I need a handyman to do this. I need a handyman to do that. You want to be Johnny on the spot. You want to scroll Facebook 1, 2, 3, 4 times a day, or hire someone to do that for you, and make sure that when people are asking for a handyman, you are responding to them politely and encouraging them to go to your website to learn more about your business so that basically you can get that client. There's going to be thousands of people that are going to comment on those Facebook community groups saying, yeah, I just sent you a DM, or I can do it. Here's my phone number. All this, you want to set yourself apart from those people. Everyone knows those people, and you want to set yourself apart, be on another level, up your game, as they say. So create a digital business card that you can post on there. Images really help. Facebook shares images a lot more than just text. So if you could create an image that's canned and that you could post on every single Facebook post asking for a handyman, you are one higher than the next guy. Also, a few other things that I'd recommend to do is join local neighborhood groups like Nextdoor. Nextdoor is a great resource for exactly that. Getting people to talk about you. People are going to ask, hey, does anyone know a handyman? You're going to reach out to them, hopefully get the job. And then when you're actually done with the job, ask people, for one, to leave you a review, and post on the local neighborhood group or post on Nextdoor about your particular business. Because the cool thing about Nextdoor is it's community based. So you can only join the community that you live in. but you might work for someone that's in a different community, and if you get them to post about you on their Nextdoor in their community, you are reaching a whole nother community that you couldn't possibly reach on Nextdoor. So Nextdoor is absolutely huge. You can also create a bunch of ads. You can do it for fairly cheap. You could create a Craigslist ad. You could create a Facebook Marketplace ad. You can do a lot of things for cheap and you get a lot of good clients. Probably one of the first things that I'd recommend you do is to just make a post to your Facebook friends and family, and have your wife make a post to her friends and family. You may have an aunt that lives 3 states over, but she may happen to know someone that lives in your town that happens to need a faucet replaced. So you never know who other people know, so you might as well put it out there. All right, let's talk about pricing for a second. So pricing is something I think most people get caught up on, and when they first start out in the handyman industry, they just choose a number out of thin air and that's what they start charging. That's the wrong way to do it, okay? There is a book out there right now called the Handyman Pricing Handbook. I wrote that book about 5 years ago now. It's a phenomenal book walking you through exactly how to figure out what your pricing needs to be as a handyman. Highly recommend it. But by and large, we did a survey about a year ago, and across the whole United States, on average, the average handyman charges about $100 an hour. So that may seem a little high to you, but I would do your own market research, and I got a bunch of videos on this channel about how to do market research, how to create a business plan, how to figure out what your market can bear and things like that. So do that research, but by and large, the average handyman's charging $100 an hour. So if you break that down, and let's say you do 4 hours of work a day and you're charging $100 an hour, that's $400 a day. Well, if you work 25 days in a month, that's $10,000 a month. Bingo, bango, bongo, you've reached it, right? And that's a very low threshold to hit when you're charging $100 an hour. So you can actually excel fairly quickly by actually charging what you need to charge. But you need to read that book, you need to figure out what you actually need to charge per hour to make a living and make a profit. The next thing that will really set you apart is systematizing your business. And one huge thing that really changes the game for a lot of handyman is getting a professional CRM, something that will actually send professional looking estimates and invoices and be a CRM, a customer relations management platform that actually stores all your clients so you can reach out to people periodically. So let's say you have 10 clients, right? You can send those 10 clients a text every single month saying, hey, thanks for being my client. Just wanted to let you know I'm still here. If you have anything, reach out to me. It really changes the ball game. And then having a professional estimate, something that looks really good. So right now, probably the best things on the market would be like Markate or Jobber. A little secret between you and I, we are working on our own CRM, gonna be called Handyman Champion. Go check that out, it's not out yet, but go to handymanchampion.com and get some more information. That'll be released soon. And then also you're gonna wanna set up a basic website. This is something you can do for free, but if you need any help with that, reach out to my good friend, Jason Call over at handymanmarketingpros.com. Absolutely fantastic guy. He'll talk to you for free, even if you just need some info. So definitely create a website. And then you're also going to want to start tracking leads in a spreadsheet. So you're going to want to make sure that you are tracking your jobs, whether that's through, your CRM, through QuickBooks, through just a plain old Google Doc, Google Sheet. You're going to want to start tracking these things so that you can know where you're heading, what the trajectory looks like, and then also refer back so that you can call clients and regain that work. So the journey to $10,000 a month, it's not easy. I'll tell you that right now, but it is definitely worth it and it's definitely doable. There's a lot to figure out in the business side of the handyman business world. A lot of people coming into the handyman business, they know how to do the handyman stuff. They're really, really good at that. What we do here at the Handyman Journey Consulting is we help people understand, learn, implement, and grow the business side of the handyman business. So if you're more interested in that, or if you need help with that, go to handymanjourney.com. We have a free ebook you can download there, as well as you can set up a free consultation call with me. I would absolutely love to chat with you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Like this video, comment, and subscribe. I would absolutely love to hear from you. I love connecting with handyman business owners. I do it pretty much on a daily basis. So look forward to talking with you soon. Hope this video was helpful. Have a great day.